In 1996, the FLW Tour Championship crowned its first winner. Steve Daniel became the first in a proud tradition of FLW champions. When the FLW Tour raised its top payday to $100,000, David Fritz cashed in 3 times, including the 1997 season championship. It was another year and another piece of history as Davey Height won on the Mississippi River and became the first pro to win $250,000 in 1998. In 1999, Oklahoma's Darrell Robertson took home nearly $1 million in winnings, capping his season with a new record $260,000 at the championship in Fort Gibson.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that.
The new century brought a new $250,000 champion when Dion Hibden added to his amazing resume with a win in Shreveport. In 2001, the world watched in horror as the events of September 11th unfolded. The FLW Tour canceled the championship scheduled to begin the next day on Lake Champlain. 2002 brought a new format to the championship, head-to-head matchups, which provided one of the most intense and entertaining weigh-ins in bass fishing history.
He wanted a shootout, brother, you got one.
As John Sappington and Gerald Swindle duked it out ounce for ounce until Sappington got the edge and won the $260,000 first-place prize. In 2003, the ante was up once again in record-setting fashion. David Dudley reigned supreme, winning $500,000, claiming the largest payday ever for a season-ending championship.
David Dudley is the 2003 FLW Tour champion.
Now, 2004. The best anglers in the world are here in Birmingham for fishing's top prize. It started head-to-head. It finishes with the top 12. All out. One final day for the title of 2004 FLW Tour champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for the main event. Here are your finalists for the 2004 FLW Tour Championship. Our first finalist is one of the top rookies on the FLW Tour. He finished 27th in the FLW season point standings and impressed Kobe Krieger and Mark Harden on his way to the final round. From Ocala, Florida, Glenn Brown. Our next finalist is also enjoying quite a rookie season. He owned the best weight of the second round at 14-3, which helped him beat the 2-seed Greg Hackney. He's traveled a long way to be here. From Spokane, Washington, Luke Clausen. Our next finalist turned in strong stringers all week in tough wins over Ray Scheid and Tracy Adams. His 12-pound, 6-ounce stringer in the second round was second best of the field. From Clare, Michigan, Banana Boat Pro Kevin Vida. Our next finalist owns a win at this year's Old Hickory event. He has risen quickly through the BFL and EverStart series on his way to today's FLW final. He finished the season ranked 14th. From Erie, Pennsylvania, Kellogg's Pro, Dave LaFebre. Our next finalist also owns a victory this year with a win on Kentucky Lake. He edged out 2 top bass fishing veterans in Randy Blockett and Dean Rojas, proving he deserves a shot at $500,000. From Prosperity, South Carolina, Anthony Gagliardi. Our next finalist is one of the most successful anglers in FLW history. He's a 2-time Angler of the Year who owns big-time events. He finished the 2004 season ranked 4th, always stalking the leaderboard. From Cedar Park, Texas, Kellogg's Pro, Clark Wendlandt. Our next finalist pulled off 2 upsets, earning his way into another FLW final with wins over Sean Hernke and number 9 seed Matt Herron. He loves Logan Martin Lake. From Canton, Georgia, Jimmy Millsaps. Our next finalist is a longtime veteran of the FLW Tour who upset 2 of the top names in fishing to earn a slot in today's final, beating Aaron Martins and Land O'Lakes Angler of the Year Shinichi Fukai. From Buford, Georgia, Mickey Bruce. Our next finalist is on quite a hot streak. He won $200,000 at last month's Forest Wood Open on Lake Champlain in New York. The fourth best weight of the second round earned a shot at today's big money. From Clausen, Florida, BF Goodrich Pro Scott Martin. Our next finalist is competing in his second straight FLW Championship final. He edged Tom Mann Jr. and Chris McCall in the first two rounds for another shot at $500,000. From Jetersville, Virginia, Tyson Pro John Cruz. Our next finalist is a great teacher of the sport. His classroom instruction continued into today's final with a second round win over fellow Tennessean Andy Morgan. From Santa Fe, Tennessee, Charlie Ingram. Our final finalist knows a thing or two about big money tournaments after the 2002 Ranger M1, where he finished third. Wins over Carl Sweebeck and David Walker have him back on track for another shot. From Satsuma, Alabama, Jason Kilpatrick. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, your 2004 FLW Championship Final 12. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for our national anthem sung by Steffi Ledbetter and the presentation of colors by the Georgia National Guard Youth Challenge Academy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the free and the home of the
The day began with 12 finalists. Our day ends with one champion and a $500,000 payday. The shootout style weigh-in starts next on FLW Outdoors.
Welcome back, America, and to a worldwide audience watching on American Forces Network. This is the 2004 FLW Championship. The purse is $1.5 million. Winner takes home $500,000. Hank Parker, you never fished for that kind of money.
I didn't even fish for close to that kind of money. I mean, what a big deal this is.
And it's a big deal to win this. This really sets someone's career.
More really than the $500,000 that they're going to cash today, and that is a huge check to get it one time. But the title of Tour Championship, FLW Tour Championship, that title is going to take them a lot further and beyond $500,000.
This fishery, Logan Martin, offers lots of challenges.
it has been a challenge from the start. Taylor, these guys came down and had plenty of time to pre-fish, but this lake has fished totally different than it did in pre-fishing. When they got here, the water was higher than what it was the week before. Then we've had cold front after cold front, rainy conditions, cloudy conditions, and then bright sun. So it's been a mixture, and this cold front has made it tough. But the guys that are here today have all adapted and adapted well.
All right, here's how we got there. We started out with 48 of the best anglers, down to 24, head-to-head matchups, down to the 12 you see on stage. Days 1 and 2, of course, critical. Here's a look back at days 1 and 2 from the FLW Championship.
FLW Championship, Round 1.
This is what you fish for all year right here. And 10 minutes before takeoff, you can't hardly cut the air. It's so thick with the drilling out here, but this is what we live for right here. You try to put that aside and just say you're going to go fishing, but it's, you know, about every 5 seconds that 500,000 keeps popping up in your head.
Snapshots of the first hours of the 2004 FLW Championship. Mark Rose making last-second adjustments. Kellogg's pro Clark Wendlandt flipping boat docks and catching his second keeper. Lee Bailey on the dock pattern 2 and knocking down his second fish. Local favorite Todd Airy seconds after losing a nice spotted bass. And Airy's opponent, Yamaha pro Greg Hackney, cranking and coming up a little short. Hours later at the weigh-in stage, it's evident both have struggled, but bracket-style competition can be forgiving, and Hackney only trails Airy by 9 ounces. The brackets can be punishing, too. Witness the Shad Skank-Luke Clausen pairing. Skank has the day's second biggest sack, 13-14. Trailing only, that's right, Clausen with 14-4.
That's just the way it goes, and you know how it is coming into the tournament. So, I mean, if you're fishing good, you know, if it's meant to be, then you're going to make it to Friday's round.
For many pros, first day weights were lower than expected, even for Angler of the Year Shin Fukai, who trails 48-seeded Chad Grigsby by more than 2 pounds. The biggest surprise may have come from co-angler Greg Gullich, posting 15-11, tops on both sides of the competition.
Day 2.
One of the most intense competitors on the FLW Tour has played her hand in this championship. Mother Nature is the 49th finalist in this field of pros, and the anglers today will have to deal with some cooler temperatures and some rain. But you know the saying, the worse the conditions, the better the fishing. These pros didn't let the rain dampen their quest for some top-level, in-your-face action. In the front of that boat, Dave Lefebvre is flipping the grass and catching quality. Just 4 minutes after his first, number 2 bit, and the Kellogg's Pro began filling up his live well. Classic champ and Yamaha Pro Takahiro Omori is alternating between a jig and a buzzbait. His first keeper took the topwater offering right at the boat. But at the weigh-in, Takahiro fell to Arkansas's Mark Rose. Remember Dave Lefebvre? His 2 early keepers bolstered his 5-fish limit and eliminated Alabama's Greg Pugh. The nail-biter of the Day 2 weigh-in came down to the narrowest of margins and eliminated another Alabama native, Tyson Pro Todd Airy.
18 pounds, 15 ounces by tiebreaker, second seed moves forward.
Hackney advanced to face Luke Clausen in the second round. Other headliners advancing include Clark Wendlandt, David Walker, Dean Rojas, and Shinichi Fukai.
All right, Hank, and day 3 was yesterday, and conditions were tough, and some favorites weighed out. Shin Fukai gone, Greg Hackney gone, local favorite Matt Herron gone.
Look at Luke Clausen. I mean, he is from Spokane, Washington, catching fish like crazy. Scott Martin, he's doing an awesome job. This thing's wide open. Mickey Bruce is catching fish deep, so who knows? It's a real shootout.
And as you said, conditions were changing. Adaptation was the key.
Well, Clark Wendlandt hadn't set the world on fire, but he's advanced, and the day he changed up, you may look out for Clark. I mean, it's wide open.
All right, Hank, we're down to 12 anglers now. To the stage now. Somebody's going to win $500,000 right here today.
Hello, Birmingham. Hello, America. I'm Carlton Wing. This is Charlie Evans. We're going to give away $500,000 to the winner today, Charlie.
Somebody's going to walk away here richer than he walked in. Let's get it started.
Our 12 top anglers surround the stage right now. The shootout style weigh-in starts right now. Each of our finalists took the water today with 0 weight. Tied for the lead, tied for last place. It's all in how you look at it. Charlie Ingram is our first angler. He'll bring up his first fish. He will set the mark to beat for every angler to follow. In this game, you take the lead or you are gone.
And here is our first keeper for Charlie Ingram. It'll set the stage. It weighs in at 1 pound, 14 ounces. 114, he's our leader.
Okay, so Charlie will return to his boat. He's our leader, Scott Martin.
All right, Hank, our shootout style weigh-in is underway. What's going to be the key to winning that $500,000 today?
Well, you know, catching the most fish, obviously, but I've watched all these guys, and they've got a poker face. I don't know who has them and who don't.
When we come back, we'll start finding out who has them. Stay tuned to FLW Outdoors.
FLW Outdoors is brought to you by Walmart. Always low prices, always. By Castrol GTX. Maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. By Fujifilm. Get the picture. And by International Delight. Delight in every cup.
Hi, I'm Ozark Trail Pro Andy Morgan from Dayton, Tennessee. It's time to play today's trivia game where you can go online and win. Ozark Trail derives its brand name from the Ozark Plateau that runs from eastern Oklahoma to southern Missouri to northern Arkansas. How many square miles does it cover? 10,000, 40,000, 60,000, or 100,000?
To win, log on to FLWOutdoors.com. The winner is randomly drawn from all correct answers. Winners receive a die-cast replica of an FLW Outdoors sponsor boat, value $185. Hank Parker, 2 anglers have weighed out. Rookie Glenn Brown from Florida and second-year pro Dave Lefebvre out of Pennsylvania.
I can attest to exactly what Dave said. He said that he was swinging for the fences, and he didn't go for his limit, said he caught his limit the last hour. I watched him this morning, and he was strictly flipping for a big fish, and it just didn't happen for him.
10 anglers remain. Back on stage now to Carlton Wing and Charlie Evans.
All right, this shootout continues. Our leader right now, Luke Clausen, with 7 pounds. He's weighed in 3 fish. But here comes Clark Wendlandt, a 2-time Angler of the Year. He needs to bring up 7 pounds to take the lead.
Kellogg's Pro Clark Wendlandt, 2-time winner of the Walmart Open, Beaver Lake in Arkansas, home of Walmart, of course.
And Clark always seems to turn it on at just the right time in the right tournaments, and this is one of them.
He has squeaked through the first round and the second round. Now trying to squeak through in the third round. He's going to have to pick up speed here. He's got 4 fish here that weigh 4.4, and he has a tournament limit. I don't think that'll do it, Clark. 5 fish here that weigh 6 pounds, 3 ounces, not enough.
I'll tell you what, Charlie, I've really gotten lucky, been blessed this week. My brackets just hadn't caught them that good. I haven't made the adjustments I need.
All right, let's look at you out there on the water and catch you at work.
I'm nervous, but I tell you what, it doesn't get much better than this.
I was flipping mainly, and you know, I just couldn't get any big bites. I got big bites in practice, but I only caught little ones, you know, in the tournament. So it just hurt me.
What do you think the difference was between practice and tournament? Weather, conditions, the bait fish changing?
The big fish that I was fishing for suspended, and I started getting suspended bites, but I kept losing them, and for some reason I just couldn't get them in the boat.
I'll tell you another guy that deserves a great round of applause is Clark Wendlandt. He's a tremendous role model for anglers all over the world. Clark Wendlandt, a champion. Clark Wendlandt.
That's 3 down. Here comes our next challenger, Mickey Bruce, one of the top anglers through the first 2 rounds. He also needs to bring up 7 pounds to take his turn.
Stratus Pro Mickey Bruce fishing out the Energizer boat today and has been keep going and going through round 1, going on through round 2. Now we'll see if we can keep going in the final championship round. Mickey Bruce, the winner of our Lake Lanier event down in Georgia, just north of Atlanta. He won $100,000 there, but $500,000 would fit really good right here. We'll need 1 more. Here's 4 fish, and this will take the lead. We'll have a new leader, 4 fish here that weigh 8 pounds, 9 ounces. Mickey Bruce is our leader.
We've got a new turn on top of the hill. We have yet to see John Cruz, his 2nd straight FLW final round from Jetersville, Virginia. He needs to bring up 8 pounds, 9 ounces.
on the member of the Tyson Pro Team, John Cruz, 2 years in a row in the finals on the championship day, not just in his hometown, Richmond, Virginia, but here in Birmingham, Alabama, trying to get to 8 pounds, 10 ounces, 8, 10, no, excuse me, 8, not, that won't do it here. He's finished at 3 pounds, 15 ounces. I know you swung for the fences.
Really is anybody's game, so I'm here on the final day, so I've got my shot. You got to beat 11 guys. Where else can you beat 11 guys for $500,000, really?
Absolutely. I knew where some big fish lived. I caught a few of them the first day. I caught a few of them in practice, and I just stayed on those places and beat on them and beat on them, and they wouldn't bite.
Ready for next year?
Absolutely. I hope I'm right here on this final 12 again.
I wouldn't bet against him. Give him a great round of applause. John Cruz from Jetersville, Virginia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 4 down, 8 remain. When we come back on FLW Outdoors, we will troll ever closer toward crowning a 2004 champion. Welcome back to Birmingham, Alabama in the 2004 FLW Tour Championship. We have had 4 of our finalists weigh out, 8 remain, and now it's time for our first look at Alabama's own Jason Kilpatrick.
Lowry's pro, Jason Kilpatrick, and Evinrude pro.
Jason needs to bring up 8 pounds and 9 ounces to take the lead.
8-9 will put him in the lead, in the driver's seat in the lead. Jason first on the scene in the Ranger M1. 2 fish, he says that's all that weigh 4 pounds, 6 ounces, 4, 6. What a shock.
Yeah, it is a shock, Charlie. I tried to play a little bit of coy yesterday and tell everybody I was out of fish, and actually I thought yesterday afternoon I had found the winning fish.
Let's look and see what you found out there. We've got you at work on Logan Martin Lake.
Well, we figured a little something out yesterday afternoon, so we're going to play with that. I don't really have anything left from the fish that I was using through the cut days. So thankfully we did find some fresh fish yesterday afternoon that were quality.
Golly, what are they doing? Did you see that? That's not a little one, I don't think.
All right, you got started, but it didn't get finished.
Yeah, I really don't know what happened out there, Charlie. I thought yesterday we had them really wired, and they bit late in the day, so I had to stay there till the end of the day. And like Dave did, that was a real wise decision to make some more money. But because of the way my fish were biting late in the day, I didn't have that option, and I swung for them. And I don't have any regrets. I've been on this stage 3 out of the last 4 events, and it's getting a little old. I want to get it done.
He'll get it done soon. Let's give him a great round of applause. Jason Kilpatrick.
All right, that's 5 down. Let's go back over to Charlie Ingram, our second look at Charlie. He weighed in 1 fish to get us started at 1 pound and 14 ounces. He now needs to bring up 6 pounds and 11 ounces to take the lead.
Ranger Pro Charlie Ingram, Santa Fe, Tennessee. Again, Fishing University TV show on OLN. Looking for 6'11". There's fish number 4, and he'll need his tournament limit to try to get there. Here is number 5. I'm not sure. The total weight here, 4 pounds, 12 ounces. Not enough, Charlie.
Yeah, I know it. I took a little gamble today. I thought maybe I'd catch 7 or 8 pounds doing what I'm doing, but I don't think that'll win. And shoot, I'm just proud to be here, and I want to thank several people here. First, Forrest Wood for starting this whole mess a long time ago. He and I have been fishing. I used to fish against him. So that tells you how old I am, right? And I also want to thank Erwin Jacobs. Erwin told me one time a few years ago he was doing all this FLW stuff, and I said, how you going to do it, Erwin? He said, I'm going to raise the ante, and by gosh, he has.
He has done that. He has done that. Let's watch you at work out there, Charlie, on the lake, and tell us about your day today.
The secret to it here is just getting the bigger bites. If you don't get those 12-inch bites, which a lot of guys and including myself, I've gotten a lot of 12-inch bites. But secret to it's getting a couple kickers. If you can get that, you'll be right there.
All right, Charlie, I've seen you work there. Again, I've watched you a lot on Fishing University. You move real slow and easy when you're doing that show, a little more intense today.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot more intense. I moved from the flipping the docks, which I've been doing the last 3 or 4 days, and my partners died. I've caught about 50 pounds off of them, and shoot, I think I just wore them out. So I moved out on the river ledge this afternoon, or about 12 o'clock, and I hung a giant. I mean a giant. He just came off, so, you know, it wasn't meant to happen, but I caught 2 more out there. But
you had a great year this year, Charlie. I know you're looking forward to next year. You got momentum going. Let's give him a huge round of applause. Charlie Ingram.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Charlie.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through our field of finalists. 6 out, 6 remain. When we come back, we'll cut that field down to 4. The shootout style weigh-in continues on FLW Outdoors. FLW Outdoors is brought to you by Tyson Foods. It's what your family deserves. By Field & Stream, the soul of the American outdoors. By Shopvac, the only thing more powerful is our name. And by Evinrude Outboards.
And welcome back to the $1.5 million FLW Championship from Birmingham, Alabama. Charlie Ingram joins us now. Not going to make $500,000 today, Charlie.
Boy, I know it. That's a shame, but it's just a fun thing to be here, you know. And what FLW has done, it's raised the level of this sport. I mean, Hank, when you and I used to fish against each other, you know, you won $50,000. That's a big deal.
Tell me about your day. Now, I know
500,000.
It is a great event, and I know it was exciting, and I know you were really proud to be there, and you keep saying you're just proud to be here, but I know you better than that, and I know you wanted to win more than anything in the world. I heard you had a really big fish on, and it got off on you. What happened?
Yeah, it's just, you know, I've been pitching a Bobo jig, which is a jig made right here in Alabama. And I got on the river and got on some big stumps that I'd seen 10 years ago when I was down here, and the water was low, and I caught 2 keepers, 2 of my better keepers actually, out on the river after I left the flipping bite on the docks. And when I got out there, and about the 3rd one that hit me, I mean, it was a giant. And, you know, went around a darn stump and came off. And I said, oh, man. I mean, I had it on 20-pound line, you know, and a 7-foot Kistler rod, and I was bowed up on it.
Give a hand for Charlie Ingram, everybody.
That's a tough one.
Charlie Ingram. As we check the 7-Up leaderboard here at the FLW Championship, our leader remains Mickey Bruce, 8 pounds, 9 ounces, followed by Luke Clausen in 2nd place. Then Dave Lefebvre, Charlie Ingram is weighed out, as has Clark Wendlandt. Kevin Vida is in 6th place. Glenn Brown has weighed out. Anthony Gagliardi still with fish to weigh. Then it's Jason Kilpatrick who is gone. Jimmy Millsap still alive. John Cruz and Scott Martin is alive at 3 pounds, 7 ounces. Back to the stage now, and more of the drama as we head toward $500,000.
5 finalists remain to try to chase the leader, Mickey Bruce, and here comes Scott Martin. Our second look at Scott. He weighed in 1 fish in the first round. Now he needs to bring up 5 pounds and 3 ounces to retake the lead.
5-3 will put Scott into the lead. BF Goodrich Pro trying to stay in.
You know, I had a nice group of guys following me today, and they were cheering me on. I just want to say, roll tide.
Roll tide. Looking for 5 pounds, 3 ounces. We're at 4-5. We'll need 1 more, and this will do it. Scott Martin. We're weighing in. 3 fish, in great shape, and they weigh in at 6 pounds, 15 ounces, the new leader.
All right, Scott Martin takes the lead. His total weight right now is 10 pounds and 6 ounces. Jimmy Millsaps will come up next. He's already weighed in 2 fish. He'll need to bring up 6 pounds and 2 ounces to be able to take the lead. 6'2".
There is fish number 1 for Jimmy. Needs 6'2". That's his 3rd fish. Here comes his 4th fish. Looking for 6'2". We'll need 1 more. This will be his limit fish. He must get the 6 pounds, 2 ounces. And he does. 3 fish here that weigh 7 pounds, 15 ounces, a new leader.
All right, Jimmy is on top. Jimmy has weighed in all 5 of his fish. His total weight right now, 12 pounds, 4 ounces. That is the mark to beat for Anthony Gagliardi, who is coming up next. He's weighed in 3. He'll need to bring up some big ones. He needs 7 pounds, 6 ounces to take the lead.
In our Kentucky Lake champion, looking for 2 monsters here to get to 7 pounds, 6 ounces. That's a great way to start there. Looking for 7.6. That was a 3.5 pounder. And I think this will do it. Two huge fish, and he has done it. 2 fish here that weigh 8 pounds, 9 ounces. And that eliminates Jimmy Millsaps. Puts Anthony in the lead, knocks out Jimmy. Jimmy Millsaps, man, you were close there. We got video of you on the lake at work.
I'm not going to be happy unless I'm here to try to win it. I'm glad I've done made it here. That's what I was trying to do. Now it's time to try to win it. And I'm gonna take some chances today that I ordinarily wouldn't take.
What is this?
This is a heart attack fish.
What do you got? You got him stuck?
He's on a tuba 6.
On a tuba 6?
About 10 foot long.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to bring both of them in.
Tuba 6 and the fish.
That's it.
Look at that.
It's got 4 foot of line, and I'm trying to net it, and it's running around that plank.
That's the most amazing thing I've ever. And you are getting a little nervous. You're trying to net board and all, or?
I'm trying to catch the fish again.
And you got it.
Yeah.
That was a tough one.
That'll make you a little bit excited.
Great job, Jimmy. Let's give Jimmy a great round of applause. He did a super job for old boy Berto.
All right, that's going out with style. I tell you what,
absolutely.
Right there, that's going on a highlight reel. All right, we've got 5 anglers remaining. Everybody trying to chase Anthony Gagliardi, who leads right now with 13 pounds and 7 ounces. The next challenger, Kevin Vida. He's weighed in 3 fish. He needs to bring up 7 pounds and 10 ounces to take the lead.
Looking for 7 pounds, 10 ounces for our Banana Boat Pro.
Charlie, I want to say one thing about this crowd in the state of Alabama, Birmingham, and Pell City. You rock.
There is fish number 4 for Kevin Vida. And here is his limit fish. Looking for 7.10. We got 2 fish here that weigh 5 pounds, 11 ounces. A great stringer, but not quite good enough, Kevin.
Just wondering what the fish are doing. Wondering, of course I'm starting an area I haven't started at yet. So I'm wondering, you can start second guessing yourself and should I go catch a limit? Should I go do this? But I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
No, I gave it my best today. I had a great week, a great practice. Rich Lewitzki and I fished together. We got on a swim and jig pattern this week, throwing a 1/4 ounce white Hildebrand jig and swimming along the docks. And I was doing a little different than most people. I was fishing docks that were from 10 to 15 foot deep, and I was catching them on the end of the poles as I cleared the poles. And
dancing again, we're dancing again.
I had a great week. I was on some great fish. I just didn't have enough today.
Here's another young pro moving up from BFL to Everstart into the FLW. He will be back. Give him a great round of applause. Kevin Vida.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to our final 4 anglers. Anthony Gagliardi is your current leader right now at 13 pounds and 7 ounces. We'll see who makes a run at Anthony when we come back on FLW Outdoors.
We are back in Birmingham with the $1.5 million FLW championship. Kevin Vida just weighed out. Man, you made a great run, Kevin.
Yeah, it was a great tournament for me. I was catching a lot of nice quality 3-pound fish. This is, what a tremendous lake this is. Spotted bass. I've never caught spotted bass like this before in my life.
Swimming that jig must have made the difference.
Yeah, I was swimming at probably 75% of the time. I was also using a Berkeley power jig when they would go back down to the bottom on the cloudy days and flipping the docks. But when the sun came out, they suspended, and I swam and jig.
You answered my question. I was going to ask you what lure you're using. You did a great job. You answered exactly what I was going to ask.
Banana Boat Pro Kevin Vida. Good job, Kevin.
Thank you.
On the 7-Up leaderboard now as it stands, Kevin Vida is gone, but your leader is Anthony Gagliardi, 13 pounds, 7 ounces, followed by Jimmy Millsaps and Kevin Vida, who are both gone but still alive. Scott Martin, Mickey Bruce, and Luke Clausen. 4 anglers remain in that quest for $500,000 here at the FLW Championship.
All right, here's the next angler to make a run at our leader, Anthony Gagliardi. Here comes Luke Clausen. Luke has weighed in 3 fish. He needs 6 pounds and 7 ounces to be able to take the lead. 6-7.
6 pounds, 7 ounces. Again, he's weighed in 3 so far. There is number 4 for Luke. That one is a little over 3 pounds. This may very well do it. Maybe bad news for Anthony Gagliardi. He's got 2 in the bag that weigh 7 pounds, 10 ounces, a new leader, and that knocks out Anthony Gagliardi. Our Kentucky Lake champion. Man, you went out and had a great stringer today. We got you at work on Logan Martin Lake.
Time to get it done right now. Time to do it.
Yeah, I got lucky and I caught my 2 big fish before 9 o'clock this morning on the places I've been catching my limit fish, and it makes for a long day when you have those 2 big ones in the live well and you're struggling to get some 2-pounders to go with them. But ended up catching 1 more good fish and 2 keepers, but it wasn't enough.
You're ready for next year?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to next year. It looks like we might have a few sight fishing tournaments and maybe I'll be able to do some good next year.
You like sight fishing?
Oh yeah, I love to do that.
You are a true champion. We'll see you on the championship stage one day. Give him a huge round of applause. Let him know about it, Birmingham.
We're down to 3. Luke Clausen is the leader. 14 pounds, 10 ounces is his mark. Our next challenger is Mickey Bruce. Mickey brought up 4 fish already. He needs to bring up a doozy with his 5th and final fish. It's got to be 6 pounds, 1 ounce.
Stratus Poe has got a good one, but I'm not sure it's 6'1". Mickey Bruce, his 5th fish, it weighs in at 3 pounds, 3 ounces, 3-3. Pretty good stringer.
Yeah, that's a pretty good stringer. I had an opportunity for a big stringer today, and unfortunately, the 2 that would make the difference, they got off. But nothing I could do about it. I didn't make any mistakes, and as always, when the many trips I've spent on Lay Lake and Logan Martin here in Birmingham, Pale City, the hospitality is outstanding, and I've had a great week and an opportunity to win $500,000. It's hard to beat that.
It is a hard week to beat, and you'll be back next year.
I'll be back.
Stratus Pro Mickey Bruce, he'll be back. Give him a good round of applause. Good job, Mickey.
It's crunch time here at the FLW Tour Championship. Luke Clausen is the leader. 1 angler remains who can possibly take that title away, and that's Scott Martin. We will crown a champion when we come back on FLW Outdoors.
FLW Outdoors is presented by Ozark Trail, by Lowry's, your secret to great flavor, by U.S. Bank, home of the 5-star service guarantee, and by Walmart, always low prices, always.
We are down to crunch time here in Birmingham for the 2004 FLW Tour Championship. Luke Clausen is our leader with an amazing catch of 14 pounds and 10 ounces. Scott Martin, the only challenger left who can possibly catch him. He'll need a big one to do so, and we'll see a big fish possibly for the championship of the FLW Tour for this year. Our leader is Luke Clausen, going for $500,000. He's with Charlie Evans right now.
Look, we started with 200 anglers at the first of the year. We bowled down to the top 48. Then we went to 24. We went to 12. And now we're down to 2. How's the nerves?
Oh, they're real bad right now, Charlie. I want to get this done with in a terrible way. This has been the longest 2 hours of my life since we left the lake.
The longest 2 hours. I tell you what, you fought great for 4 days. Let's watch you in action out there on Logan Martin Lake.
I'm excited. Hopefully I can catch them like I have been catching them. Be a lot richer of a man after the day if it happens. Now let's go fishing and see what happens. This week things just came together for me, and I hope they continue to. Just needs to last 1 more day.
All right, you're out there. What are you doing? Tell us, Luke.
Oh, this one's bound up in a dock. This is at the end of the day, and I had about a 12-incher I needed to cull out. I got this one tangled up. The line got caught in a splinter, and I was trying to get it out. I could see the fish flashing around down there.
Oh, I think it's about right here. It finally breaks free from the splinter, and I was able to lift the fish. I was about ready to jump in. I wanted that fish so bad.
You can't jump in and get them though, Luke. What bait are you using?
That's a little prototype finesse bait that I've been using all week.
Something that's been working really good for him. I'll tell you what, he's done a great job out there on the lake. Only one man to beat, and he's with Clausen Wing.
That's right, I'm with our challenger. This is Scott Martin. And Scott, it seems like it was just a month ago, because it was when you were going for $200,000 and won the Forest Wood Open. As we go to video of you out on the water, talk about what has worked so well for you for the last couple of months. You're one of the hottest anglers in the country.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. I've just been really getting up real early and staying real late. I've really been putting my time in. My fishing abilities are really about average, but the Lord's been blessing me real well, and I really want to thank Him for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to crown a champion here in Birmingham, Alabama? Let's set the stage right now. Luke Clausen has weighed in all 5 of his fish. He will get a bird's eye view of the scale while Scott Martin brings up his 5th and final fish. That fish must be 4 pounds and 5 ounces to claim the championship. If not, Luke Clausen will be our winner. Let's see what you got, Scott Martin.
But for 4 pounds, 5 ounces for Scott Martin, he's got a good one.
This is our big moment right here.
Weighs in at 3 pounds, 14 ounces. Luke Clausen is our champion.
Luke Clausen, your winner of the 2004 FLW Tour Championship. Come center stage, Luke, and look at this crowd. Luke Clausen, here is your check. $500,000, Richard, coming from Forest Wood. A standing ovation from the crowd here in Birmingham for the Spokane, Washington native. There he is, folks, your champion here at Logan Martin. Luke, this is a great day for bass fishing. Can you tell us what this means for you?
I really can't I can't even believe it's happening right now. I've just had an awesome week. Everything just went phenomenal this week. I never would imagine when I was coming here that I was really going to win it. And even today I was scared. I thought, there's no way. I lost a couple fish today, and I just thought I didn't have a perfect day. It's just incredible. I can't believe it.
It's a perfect tournament for Luke Clausen, your 2004 FLW Tour champion. The 26-year-old rookie from Spokane is the newest FLW champion. He edged Scott Martin by a mere 6 ounces for the title and the big money. Anthony Gagliardi came in 3rd, followed by Jimmy Millsaps, Mickey Bruce, and Kevin Vida. The top 6 separated by just over 3 pounds. The second 6 were led by Dave Lefebvre, Charlie Ingram, Clark Wendland, Glenn Brown, Jason Kilpatrick, and John Cruz. Be sure to tune in next week when Larry Nixon joins us to review how the finalists caught their fish. That's next week. Thanks for watching this week on FLW Outdoors.
Uh-oh. We got a problem. It's a keeper. We got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem. Oh, come here. We have solved the problem.
Yeah! Yeah! Dancing again, we're dancing again. I think that helps the cause. It's a giant. Bow! That's what I'm talking about.
That thing was tearing me up. That is so lucky I just landed that fish. I was just talking about getting him under, way back under the docks, and I picked up and it was heavy. Oh yeah, that's the kind of fish I need. One more like that, I could be a rich man.